When you are complaining about being broke, where are you doing it? Where is this conversation happening? Where do we do our poverty support group meetings? We're going for coffee, correct? Maybe we're even in the bar, correct? So let's say we have 1,000, we're complaining about being broke. What are we doing to the 1,000? Yeah. It's not only time and money, it's a direct relationship. How you are using the time is how the money will show up. So that you're using time complaining about being broke, even the money will be like, okay, they've decided we are broke. But if you are in the right setting, 1,000 shillings, there are some people talking about how to make 1,000 shillings, 5,000 shillings. Where are you? And I learned this when I was having my moment of asking God to send me to heaven like Elijah. I ended up being invited. And I think sometimes God puts things in your path. I should never have been, let me tell you, I should never have been invited for what I was invited for. I think they just had my email address because of previous work. But there was these property developers doing a development, and they were asking the people who come to be ready to invest $1 million. I've told you my situation. Of course, I did not have $1 million. But I went because first I was thinking at least food for today is sorted. Because when I was in my situation of no fuel, anyone who's willing to feed me for the evening, my mother got a lot of visits from me during this moment in time of my life, yeah. But when I went there, I sat and realized, first, they didn't really know more than me, but they're just willing to go somewhere where they are learning more. So I was like, you already have $1 million to invest. First, for me, if I had $1 million, why would I be? Why would I be here? I would be in Greece. Why would I be here if I had $1 million? But I got such a moment of humility because they are here with $1 million. Me, I came to eat the free food. They're here with $1 million, understanding how to make their $1 million more. Me, with my 1,000, what right do we have? What right do I have to not figure out how my 1,000 bob is becoming 10,000 bob? What right do we have? So sometimes we complain about, oh, people have done this, but actually what was their journey? They didn't start by having $1 million. And when you sit there, they are not more intelligent, but they show up. Do you show up? Can you be honest with yourself for a second? Do we show up? Do we show up? Not for poverty support groups. Do we show up? And there's so much information out there. There's so much happening. If you wanted to show up, there's opportunity to show up. Yeah, wherever you are. So don't define your life only by your salary. What are the other ways to make that money grow and work for you? What are the other things in these 60 hours which will end up being like 2 months in a year? How do you actually start using that time? Because comfort is trying to do the same thing all the time, hoping things will change, but who doesn't have to change? That's comfort. Hoping things somehow will work. One day something will happen to make my life better, but I can avoid doing the change myself, yeah? Don't underestimate the value of small. My biggest lesson was 300 bob. 300 bob. Because when I didn't have money for this poverty support group lunch, I started calculating how much money I used to spend on lunch. Yeah? 300 times 30 is 9,000 shillings, correct? 9,000 shillings times 12, 108,000 shillings. If someone gave you 108,000 shillings at the end of the year, what can you do with it? Just like that. December 31st, you're given 108,000 shillings that you didn't expect. What is it? You can go on holiday, absolutely. Yeah, what else? Is it school fees for those children that we forgot we had? Yes, during December we forget the children exist. Then we're like January, oh, school fees, surprise. It's not a surprise. You have children. It's insurance, it's so many things. In some areas it's an investment, it's a piece of land. It's so many things, but yeah, how it clicked for me is 300 bob per day is holiday. So we are always looking for the 108,000 shillings, correct? But we never see the 300 shillings. Because, once again, back to comfort. It's comfortable to keep going for lunch and hope, pray, yeah? Hope that a deal will come on December 31st that gives you 108,000 shillings so that you can go on holiday. But God answered your prayer with a 300 bob. We always think God will come in big ways, yeah? In the Bible, it says, I'm in the still small voice. So let me put this financially. I'm in the small amounts. Your wealth is in the small amounts. Getting out of debt is in the small amounts. Investing for retirement is in the small amounts, which lead up to the big amounts. Because even when we've not done the small amounts, what I have learned, even with myself, when I have not done the small steps, even if a big thing comes, I have not developed the character to deal with the big. So if you've not done the small steps, even if 108,000 shillings comes today, you've not developed the character to actually do what is important to it. You will run to the phone shop very quickly. Yeah, and that's why people who gamble, have you ever gone back to look at their lives 1 year later or 2 years later? Those people who win instant money by chance, what happens to them? It goes, because they have not developed the character to deal with the big amounts.